Stories and Documentary Network. Hindu civilization encompasses a complex tapestry of religious, cultural, philosophical, and social elements that have evolved over millennia on the Indian subcontinent. At its core, Hindu civilization is defined by a diverse array of beliefs, practices, and traditions that are rooted in the ancient texts, rituals, and philosophical systems of the Indian subcontinent. It is not merely confined to a specific geographical area but has influenced vast regions, from the Indian subcontinent to Southeast Asia and beyond. The origins of Hindu civilization are deeply intertwined with both historical events and mythological narratives. Archaeological evidence suggests that the roots of Hindu civilization can be traced back to the ancient Indus Valley Civilization, which flourished around 3300 to 1300 BCE in what is now present-day Pakistan and northwest India. The remnants of this civilization, including its sophisticated urban planning, drainage systems, and symbols, offer insights into early Hindu social organization and religious practices. Mythological Hindu civilization finds its genesis in the sacred texts known as the Vedas, which are believed to have been orally transmitted by sages and seers over thousands of years before being codified into written form. These texts, composed in Sanskrit, contain hymns, rituals, and philosophical insights that form the foundational framework of Hindu religious and cultural traditions. The Vedic literature, comprising four main texts, the Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharvaveda, provides a window into the spiritual and ritualistic practices of ancient Hindu society. The Rigveda, the oldest of the Vedas, contains hymns dedicated to various deities such as Indra, Agni, and Varuna, reflecting the early polytheistic nature of Hinduism. The Samaveda consists of chants and melodies used in Vedic rituals, while the Yajurveda contains prose mantras for rituals and sacrifices. The Atharvaveda incorporates hymns and spells for healing, protection, and everyday life. The significance of Vedic literature lies not only in its religious and ritualistic content but also in its profound philosophical insights. The Vedas lay the groundwork for the exploration of existential questions, the nature of reality, Brahman, and the relationship between the individual soul, Atman, and the universal consciousness. Over time, Hindu civilization witnessed a rich tapestry of religious thought and practices, marked by the emergence of various schools of philosophy, sects, and traditions. The Upanishads, philosophical treatises that emerged towards the end of the Vedic period, delve deeper into metaphysical inquiries and explore concepts such as karma, dharma, and moksha, liberation. The development of Hinduism as a pluralistic and inclusive religion saw the proliferation of diverse deities, rituals, and spiritual paths catering to the needs and aspirations of different communities and individuals. The epics, such as the Mahabharata and Ramayana, not only served as repositories of moral and ethical teachings but also popularized the stories of gods, goddesses, and legendary heroes that continue to inspire devotion and cultural expression to this day. Vedanta, often considered the pinnacle of Hindu philosophical thought, expounds upon the fundamental concepts of reality, existence, and consciousness. At its core lies the concept of Brahman, the ultimate reality, which is considered to be transcendental, immanent, and beyond attributes. Vedanta posits that the individual soul, Atman, is not distinct from Brahman but is inherently identical to it. This realization of the oneness of Atman and Brahman is the essence of spiritual liberation, moksha, according to Vedanta philosophy. Through various texts such as the Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, and Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta philosophy elucidates different paths to realizing Brahman, including jnana, knowledge, bhakti, devotion, and karma, action. The teachings of Vedanta have inspired countless seekers and scholars to explore the depths of metaphysics, ontology, and epistemology, contributing to the rich philosophical heritage of Hindu civilization. Hindu civilization boasts a diverse array of philosophical schools, each offering unique perspectives on reality, existence, and the nature of the self. Among the 6 classical schools of Hindu philosophy, Nyaya focuses on logic and epistemology, Vaisheshika delves into atomic theory and metaphysics, Samkhya delineates the principles of creation and liberation, Yoga provides practical techniques for spiritual realization and self-transformation, and Mimamsa explores the interpretation of Vedic rituals and scriptures. While these philosophical schools may differ in their methodologies and doctrinal positions, they collectively contribute to a comprehensive understanding of the human condition and the quest for existential meaning. Each school offers distinct paths to self-realization and liberation, catering to the diverse needs and temperaments of spiritual seekers throughout history. The impact of Hindu philosophy extends far beyond the confines of the Indian subcontinent, influencing diverse religious, philosophical, and cultural traditions around the world. The concepts of karma, dharma, reincarnation, and yoga have found resonance in global spiritual movements and New Age philosophies, shaping the way individuals perceive and engage with the world. Moreover, the philosophical insights of Hindu civilization have fostered dialogue and exchange with other intellectual traditions, enriching global discourse on ethics, metaphysics, and spirituality. Scholars and thinkers from diverse cultural backgrounds have drawn inspiration from Hindu philosophy, incorporating its teachings into their own philosophical frameworks and worldviews. The caste system, a defining feature of Hindu civilization, has a complex history marked by its origins, evolution, and contemporary relevance. Initially conceived as a social hierarchy based on occupational divisions and duties, Varna system, outlined in ancient texts like the Rigveda, the caste system gradually became more rigid and stratified over time. The four main Varnas, Brahmins, priests and scholars, Kshatriyas, warriors and rulers, Vaishyas, merchants and traders, and Shudras, laborers and service providers, form the basic structure of the caste system. Below the Varna hierarchy were numerous sub-castes, jatis, based on birth and occupation, which further entrenched social divisions and inequalities. Despite efforts to reform and mitigate its impact, the caste system continues to exert a significant influence on social dynamics, economic opportunities, and political representation in contemporary India. Discrimination and marginalization based on caste remain pervasive issues, challenging the ideals of equality and social justice in modern Indian society. Family occupies a central place in Hindu civilization, serving as the cornerstone of social organization, cultural transmission, and moral upbringing. The traditional Hindu family structure is characterized by multi-generational households, with strong bonds of kinship and interdependence among family members. The institution of marriage, considered a sacred sacrament, samskara, plays a vital role in Hindu family life, symbolizing the union of two individuals and their families. Arranged marriages, guided by factors such as caste, social status, and horoscope compatibility, are common in Hindu communities, although love marriages are increasingly prevalent in urban areas. Hindu families are guided by a set of values and ethics rooted in dharma, righteousness, karma, action, and seva, selfless service. Respect for elders, filial piety, and adherence to cultural traditions are instilled from a young age, fostering a sense of unity and solidarity within the family unit. Rituals, festivals, and celebrations form an integral part of Hindu culture, reflecting the diversity, vibrancy, and spiritual fervor of its adherents. From daily puja, worship, rituals performed in homes and temples to elaborate festivals celebrated with fervent devotion, Hinduism offers a rich tapestry of religious observances and cultural practices. Major Hindu festivals such as Diwali, Festival of Lights, Holi, Festival of Colors, Navaratri, 9 nights of worship, and Durga Puja, worship of the goddess Durga, are celebrated with great enthusiasm and joy across India and the diaspora communities worldwide. These festivals serve as occasions for spiritual renewal, community bonding, and the reaffirmation of cultural identity. Rituals and ceremonies mark significant life events such as birth, initiation, sacred thread ceremony, marriage, and death, each imbued with symbolic meaning and religious significance. These rituals not only foster a sense of continuity with ancestral traditions but also provide opportunities for spiritual growth and introspection within the context of family and community. Temples in Hindu civilization serve as sacred spaces where the earthly realm intersects with the divine, embodying the principles of cosmic order and spiritual harmony. Architecturally, Hindu temples are designed to reflect the cosmological principles of sacred geometry, with elaborate layouts and intricate carvings that symbolize the universe and its various dimensions. The temple architecture follows specific guidelines laid out in ancient texts known as Shilpa Shastras, which dictate proportions, iconography, and the placement of deities within the sacred space. Temples are typically oriented towards cardinal directions and feature elaborate gateways, gopurams, mandapas, assembly halls, and sanctums, garbhagrihas, housing the main deity. Through their architectural grandeur and artistic embellishments, Hindu temples serve not only as places of worship but also as repositories of cultural heritage, architectural marvels, and centers of community life. They embody the enduring spirit of devotion and the quest for transcendence that lies at the heart of Hindu civilization. The Mahabharata and Ramayana, two ancient Indian epics, hold a central place in Hindu literature and cultural imagination, shaping the moral, ethical, and spiritual consciousness of millions of people across generations. The Mahabharata, attributed to the sage Vyasa, recounts the epic saga of the Kuru dynasty, culminating in the Great Kurukshetra War between the Pandavas and Kauravas. Rich in narrative complexity, moral dilemmas, and philosophical discourse, the Mahabharata explores timeless themes such as duty, dharma, righteousness, loyalty, and the consequences of human actions. It encompasses diverse subplots, including the Bhagavad Gita, a profound dialogue between Lord Krishna and the warrior Prince Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The Ramayana, attributed to the sage Valmiki, narrates the life and adventures of Lord Rama, the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and his quest to rescue his wife Sita from the demon king Ravana. Filled with themes of virtue, loyalty, sacrifice, and the triumph of good over evil, the Ramayana resonates deeply with audiences worldwide and has inspired countless literary, artistic, and cultural adaptations. The literary and aesthetic contributions of Hindu civilization extend far beyond the boundaries of the Indian subcontinent, influencing global literature, art, and aesthetics across diverse cultural landscapes. The timeless wisdom, poetic beauty, and narrative richness of Hindu texts such as the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, and epics have inspired writers, artists, and scholars throughout history. From the philosophical insights of the Upanishads to the lyrical poetry of Kalidasa, from the moral parables of the Panchatantra to the romantic imagery of Jayadeva's Gita Govinda, Hindu literature offers a kaleidoscopic panorama of human experience, emotions, and aspirations. Its themes of love, devotion, heroism, and spiritual awakening transcend linguistic, cultural, and temporal boundaries, resonating with audiences across the globe. Hindu civilization has made significant contributions to the fields of mathematics and astronomy, laying the groundwork for scientific inquiry and mathematical discovery that continues to influence modern science. Ancient Indian mathematicians devised numerical systems, including the concept of zero and the decimal system, which revolutionized mathematical notation and calculation. The renowned mathematician Aryabhata, whose works date back to the 5th century CE, made pioneering contributions to trigonometry, algebra, and the computation of astronomical constants such as the value of pi, and the length of the solar year. Brahmagupta, another eminent mathematician of ancient India, formulated rules for arithmetic operations and introduced solutions to quadratic equations. In astronomy, Indian scholars developed sophisticated observational techniques and mathematical models to study celestial phenomena and calculate planetary positions. The Surya Siddhanta, an ancient treatise on astronomy, contains detailed descriptions of planetary motion, eclipses, and the measurement of time. Ayurveda, the traditional system of medicine practiced in India for thousands of years, represents one of the most ancient and comprehensive healing systems in the world. Rooted in the principles of holistic health and well-being, Ayurveda emphasizes the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit, and the importance of maintaining balance and harmony within the body's systems. Ayurvedic medicine encompasses a wide range of therapeutic modalities, including herbal remedies, dietary interventions, massage, yoga, and meditation, tailored to individual constitutions, doshas, and health conditions. Ancient texts such as the Charaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita provide detailed descriptions of disease pathology, diagnostic methods, and treatment protocols, reflecting a sophisticated understanding of human anatomy, physiology, and pathology. The principles of Ayurveda continue to inspire modern approaches to integrative medicine, holistic health, and wellness, with growing interest in Ayurvedic therapies and lifestyle practices worldwide. While Ayurveda faces challenges in the context of modern healthcare regulation and scientific validation, Its holistic perspective and emphasis on preventive care offer valuable insights into the promotion of health and longevity. Hindu civilization boasts a rich legacy of architectural marvels, spanning from awe-inspiring temple complexes to meticulously planned urban centers that reflect the ingenuity, creativity, and spiritual aspirations of its builders. Hindu temples, characterized by intricate carvings, towering spires, and sacred geometry, serve as architectural expressions of cosmic order and divine harmony. The Khajuraho temples, the Brihadiswarar temple in Thanjavur, and the Sun temple at Konark are among the most iconic examples of Hindu temple architecture, renowned for their exquisite craftsmanship, sculptural details, and spiritual symbolism. These temples not only function as places of worship but also as repositories of cultural heritage and architectural innovation. In addition to temples, Hindu civilization excelled in urban planning and architectural design, as evidenced by ancient cities such as Mohenjo-Daro, Harappa, and Varanasi. These cities featured sophisticated drainage systems, grid layouts, and public amenities that underscored the importance of urban sustainability and civic infrastructure. The architectural legacy of Hindu civilization continues to inspire contemporary architects, urban planners, and heritage conservationists who seek to preserve and reinterpret traditional design principles in modern contexts. From sustainable building practices to heritage tourism initiatives, efforts are underway to safeguard and celebrate the architectural heritage of Hindu civilization for future generations to appreciate and cherish. Hindu civilization espouses a profound eco-spirituality that recognizes the interconnectedness and interdependence of all living beings and the natural world. Central to this worldview is the ancient concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which translates to, "The world is one family." This ethos emphasizes the universal kinship and shared responsibility that humans have towards the environment and all forms of life. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam inspires a sense of reverence, respect, and stewardship for the earth, encouraging individuals to live in harmony with nature and uphold principles of ecological sustainability and conservation. It invites reflection on the ethical dimensions of human interactions with the environment and underscores the importance of compassion, non-violence, and mindfulness in our relationship with the natural world. Hindu civilization reveres certain natural landscapes and ecosystems as sacred groves, which are protected areas designated for spiritual practice, ritual worship, and biodiversity conservation. These sacred groves serve as sanctuaries for indigenous flora and fauna, preserving biodiversity and ecological balance in regions threatened by deforestation, urbanization, and habitat loss. Sacred groves are characterized by their cultural significance, biological diversity, and spiritual symbolism, embodying the harmonious coexistence between humans and nature. They represent living embodiments of eco-spirituality and environmental stewardship, fostering a deep sense of connection and reverence for the earth and its ecosystems. In addition to sacred groves, Hindu civilization has a long tradition of ecological preservation and sustainable resource management, as reflected in practices such as tree worship, vriksha puja, river conservation, jal samadhi, and wildlife protection, vanaprastha. These traditions emphasize the sacredness of nature and the moral imperative to safeguard the Earth's natural resources for future generations. In the face of contemporary environmental challenges such as climate change, pollution, deforestation, and loss of biodiversity, Hindu civilization has mobilized various initiatives and movements to address environmental degradation and promote ecological sustainability. From grassroots conservation efforts to global advocacy campaigns, Hindu organizations and communities are actively engaged in environmental activism, education, and advocacy. The Hindu concept of ahimsa, non-violence, serves as a guiding principle in environmental activism, advocating for compassionate and sustainable lifestyles that minimize harm to the earth and its inhabitants. Ahimsa inspires ethical choices in consumption, waste management, energy use, and agricultural practices, promoting practices that prioritize ecological integrity and social justice. Hindu leaders, scholars, and spiritual teachers have also played a prominent role in articulating the moral and ethical imperatives of environmental conservation within the framework of dharma, righteous duty, and karma, action. Through teachings, sermons, and public discourse, they highlight the interconnectedness of environmental issues with social justice, human rights, and spiritual well-being, calling for collective action and transformative change. Hinduism has experienced a remarkable global spread, with diaspora communities emerging in various parts of the world, including North America, Europe, Africa, and Oceania. The migration of Hindus to other countries, driven by economic, educational, and political factors, has led to the establishment of vibrant Hindu communities that preserve and propagate their religious and cultural heritage. Diaspora Hindus actively participate in religious practices, festivals, and cultural events, maintaining connections with their ancestral roots while adapting to the social and cultural dynamics of their host countries. Hindu temples, community centers, and educational institutions serve as focal points for religious worship, cultural exchange, and community engagement, providing platforms for spiritual growth, social networking, and intergenerational transmission of values. Hinduism grapples with the challenges of modernity, globalization, and social change, as traditional values and practices intersect with contemporary lifestyles and aspirations. Rapid urbanization, technological advancements, and socio-economic transformations have reshaped the fabric of Hindu society, posing complex questions about identity, ethics, and cultural authenticity. The tension between tradition and modernity manifests in debates over issues such as caste discrimination, gender equality, religious pluralism, and environmental sustainability. While some advocate for a progressive interpretation of Hindu scriptures and traditions to address contemporary concerns, others seek to uphold traditional norms and values in the face of perceived threats to cultural integrity and religious orthodoxy. Navigating the complexities of modernity requires a nuanced understanding of Hinduism's diverse traditions, dynamic ethos, and adaptive resilience. It calls for dialogue, introspection, and engagement with diverse perspectives, as Hindus strive to reconcile the timeless wisdom of their heritage with the demands and opportunities of the modern world. Hinduism occupies a unique position in the global religious landscape, characterized by its pluralistic ethos, philosophical diversity, and openness to dialogue with other religious and philosophical traditions. Interfaith dialogue and engagement with diverse worldviews are integral to Hinduism's inclusive spirit, fostering mutual understanding, respect, and cooperation among different religious communities. Hinduism's rich tapestry of beliefs, practices, and philosophical insights offers valuable contributions to global conversations on ethics, spirituality, and interreligious harmony. Concepts such as ahimsa, non-violence, karma, action, and dharma, righteous duty, resonate with universal values shared by people of diverse faiths and cultures, providing common ground for dialogue and collaboration. Hindu civilization has been a crucible of cultural exchange and interaction, fostering dialogue, trade, and mutual enrichment with neighboring civilizations and distant lands. The Silk Road and maritime trade routes facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and religious beliefs between India and civilizations such as Persia, Greece, Rome, China, and Mesopotamia. Cultural exchanges with other civilizations enriched Hinduism with diverse influences, including Persian, Greek, Buddhist, and Jain traditions, which contributed to the syncretic nature of Hindu religious and cultural practices. The spread of Indian art, literature, and philosophy across Asia and beyond served as a bridge between East and West, fostering cross-cultural fertilization and intellectual ferment. Hindu civilization exerted a profound influence on the cultural, religious, and artistic landscape of Southeast Asia, leaving an indelible imprint on the region's history and identity. Indian traders, merchants, and Brahmin priests disseminated Hindu religious beliefs, rituals, and cultural practices to kingdoms such as Funan, Champa, Srivijaya, and Majapahit. The adoption of Hinduism by Southeast Asian rulers facilitated the integration of Indian architectural styles, iconography, and religious symbolism into local traditions, resulting in the construction of magnificent temple complexes such as Angkor Wat in Cambodia, Borobudur in Indonesia, and Prambanan in Java. These architectural marvels stand as enduring testaments to the cultural synthesis and artistic ingenuity inspired by Hindu civilization. The legacy of Hinduism in Southeast Asia is evident in linguistic, artistic, and religious traditions that continue to thrive in contemporary societies, reflecting the enduring bonds of cultural affinity and shared heritage between India and Southeast Asia. Hindu civilization offers valuable lessons and insights for fostering global harmony, peace, and understanding in an increasingly interconnected and diverse world. Its emphasis on pluralism, tolerance, and universalism provides a framework for transcending cultural, religious, and ideological differences, fostering empathy, respect, and cooperation among people of diverse backgrounds. The concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the world is one family, underscores the interconnectedness and interdependence of all living beings, promoting a sense of shared responsibility for the well-being of humanity and the planet. By cultivating compassion, non-violence, and social justice, Hindus contribute to the creation of a more inclusive, equitable, and sustainable global society. Moreover, Hinduism's rich heritage of philosophy, ethics, and spirituality offers resources for addressing contemporary challenges such as environmental degradation, social inequality, and religious extremism. Through dialogue, collaboration, and mutual respect, Hindus can contribute to the promotion of peace, justice, and harmony at local, national, and global levels. As we look towards the future, the study of Hindu civilization offers boundless opportunities for exploration, inquiry, and dialogue. Scholars, educators, and practitioners can delve deeper into its myriad facets, uncovering new insights, interpretations, and applications that resonate with contemporary challenges and aspirations. In conclusion, the enduring legacy of Hindu civilization invites us to embark on a journey of discovery, reflection, and transformation, embracing the timeless values and insights that continue to inspire and uplift humanity in its quest for truth, justice, and spiritual fulfillment. Through dialogue, scholarship, and collective action, we can honor the legacy of Hindu civilization and forge a brighter future for generations to come.